What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight 8610, and today we're going to be talking about 3 different number cards from the Number Hunter collection. Since we're getting so many different extreme monsters and so many new number cards, I thought, well, let's go on ahead and start talking about more of them. First off, we're going to talk about number 44, Sky Pegasus. I believe this is supposed to be our first legendary number we're supposed to be getting. I don't really know what makes it a legendary number. I've heard that even in the anime it's supposed to be one of the 7 legendary numbers, I think I'm correct on that. And yeah, I don't really watch the anime, so I'm not really sure on a lot of that, why it's really legendary, because its effect doesn't really seem legendary, you know what I mean? But yeah, let's go on ahead and read through all of its stats and everything. Alright, it is a light, rank 4 beast monster. It requires 2 level 4 monsters to XC summon into it. So it's generic, which is pretty awesome. Just like most of the cards in the Number Hunter collection. Alright, let's see. Here's its effect, though. Once per turn, you can attach 1 XC material from this card, then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Destroy it unless your opponent pays 1,000 life points to negate this effect. It has 1,800 attack, 1,600 defense. So yeah, this has got to be one of the first XC monsters that I remember even seeing where your opponent can actually negate its effect as part of the monster's effect. So it's kind of weird, you know, they can just pay 1,000 life points to negate the destruction effect, and that Sky Pegasus uses. So that's kind of weird. What's nice, too, is that either way you're going to be hurting your opponent, you know, even if they decide to pay life points, which is going to be harder to do later game, you know, where, especially if they use something a lot like Psalm Warnings or Judgments and stuff, their life points are going to be kind of lower if you just did a lot of damage to them. So more likely that's still going to hurt them pretty bad. Or just simply destroying one of their monsters can do a lot of damage as well. That's what I think is really neat about this card too, is how its effect can do different things like that. It can either destroy a monster or inflict damage, depending on what your opponent decides to do. And if they slip up on there, this could do some heavy damage either way. So yeah, not that bad of a card. I think a few decks might be able to use it. I don't see it too widely used. I mean, we have so many options for rank 4 monsters. That's the thing. There are so many staple ones, especially and everything too. I don't know if this one would be used too much, but it's still a pretty awesome one. I wish its attack was a little bit higher. And then maybe it would be a little bit easier to say, okay, yeah, we should use this one. But with 1,800 attack, in a lot of ways, it's kind of low for a rank 4 monster. But still pretty awesome effect, though. I really do like it. Still, also, tell me, you guys, why it's a legendary number. Like I said, I haven't watched the anime still in a pretty good while. And I'm not really into the anime, honestly. And, yeah, so I don't know what makes it a legendary number. Let's see. Here's the next one, though. Number 85, Crazy Box. I kid you not. It's one of the, I guess, funniest names out there for a number card. I don't know. A lot of people say they weren't too creative with it on the name, but I like it. For some reason, I think that's kind of it's strangely enough, a fitting name, honestly. Alright, for this card, unfortunately, we don't know how many monsters it takes to XC summon into it. I'm going to guess it's going to be 3 level 4 monsters. It's still going to be a generic card, which is awesome. But I'm going to guess 3, because it would make more sense than 2. So yeah, it has 3,000 attack though, 300 defense, so that's pretty awesome as well. It's a Fiend Dark monster. And here's its effect. It has a pretty long effect too. This card cannot attack. Once per turn, you can attach 1 XC material from this card and roll a 6-sided die, then apply the result. If you roll a 1, you gain so many life points. We don't know the number of life points yet. I'm going to guess like maybe 1,000. That's going to be my guess. 2, then it's going to be you get to draw a card. 3, your opponent discards a card. 4, negate the effects of 1 face-up card on the field until the end of this turn. 5, destroy 1 card on the field. And 6, destroy this card. So yeah, the name is actually fitting, and I really like this card. I think it's like our second number card that actually uses dice, the first being number 7. And it uses the whole dice too. You know, it's not like with number 7 when you have to roll to get a 7. This one is, you know, it has basically 6 effects in this card, which is pretty awesome. One really negative effect, though, being the 6th one, of course. You know, if you roll a 6, it destroys itself. So that's a pretty unfortunate thing. So yeah, I really like this card, though. I mean, even though he can attack, you know, he has 3,000 attack on there, he still can't attack with it, which is really unfortunate. He can at least stay on the field and kind of stall for a little bit. Also, his effects are pretty awesome. It just depends on the luck. And if you're playing something that's... I mean, this card's not going to be really competitive, I don't think. But if you're using something that's just for fun, I mean, I can see this card being really funny in a lot of duels when you're against your friends on that. Because you never know what's going to happen. You could roll, you know, a 6 on the first time you summon it. Or, you know, like a 5 and destroy a card on the field. Or, you know, or 2 and draw a card. So it could be it's kind of a risk kind of card. But it's still pretty awesome. Will it be competitive? I highly doubt it, especially if it is 3 level 4 monsters. But yeah, I can't wait to get this card either, though, just for the fun of it. Because I think this card is just a fun card, and I really like it. I like how this card works. Unfortunately, though, I just don't see competitive play with that. Our last card we're going to be talking about, though, is number 57, Tri-Head Dust Dragon. This one, I love the artwork on it. I wish the artwork was a little clearer, though, since we don't have the best quality pictures at the moment. Let's see, it is a fire dragon. It is a rank 4 monster, 100 attack, 2,600 defense. We don't know the number of monsters it will take to XC summon in this one either. Yet again, I'm going to guess that it will be 3 level 4 monsters to XC summon into this card. But that's just going to be my guess. We don't know for sure yet. It would make more sense, though, after I read its effects. So yeah, here we go. When this card is special summoned, target one face-up monster your opponent controls. This card gains attack equal to that monster's original attack. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can detach one XC material from this card, then choose a monster card zone or a spell and trap card zone. While this card is face-up on the field, that zone cannot be used. So yeah, this card is pretty awesome. It depends on what your opponent has on their side of the field. If they're using some kind of deck that has a really high attack powered monster, this card will always be stronger than it. So that's pretty cool right off the bat. Not only that, it has a pretty good defense. Having 2,600 defense, that's awesome. I mean, for this type of card too, so it can defend you if needed as well. I also like its secondary effect because it will make it where your opponent cannot use one of their monster card zones or one of their spell and trap card zones, which can hurt most decks, especially as with the monster card zone. You can give them less room to swarm the field, for like bigger XC summons and different things, too, just plain swarming the field. But yeah, this card kind of reminds me of even like Ojamas, how it could do that kind of stuff. So yeah, that secondary effect's pretty awesome, but that first effect I really like, though, how it can always be stronger, basically, than one of your opponent's monsters. So you get their highest attack monster, and then you have a monster that's stronger than their whole field. So that's pretty impressive. I like this card. It reminds me of Trident Dragon, too, kind of with the art where it's like a 3-headed dragon. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about all 3 of these cards. Would you use any of these cards, whether it be for fun or competitive play? I can see Tri-Headed Dust Dragon maybe being competitive, and I can see Sky Pegasus, maybe. Crazy Box, unfortunately, I just don't see it. It would be awesome, it would be hilarious to see Crazy Box do really well, but it's more for fun card, which still is freaking awesome. I plan to use it, just for kind of fun duels as well. So yeah, all 3 of these number cards, though, I think are awesome, and they're all really unique, and that's what I think about is really awesome about the Number Hunter collection, is that we're not getting basically the same, XCs over and over. So we're getting all of them with like so many drastically different effects, and that's pretty dang awesome. So yeah, I cannot wait for the Number Hunter collection. I hope you guys feel the same way. And tell me, what other cards should we talk about that's going to be in the Number Hunter collection? There's so many XC monsters, so many new like Phenomenally cards, Heroic Champions, Gimmick Puppets. We're finally getting all those. So yeah, tell me that in the comments. Thank you for watching. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. See ya.